Hi guys, welcome back to This African Perspective. Thank you all for stopping by. You all literally see how money actually lose value in front of our eyes, right in front of us. From the time where you were wishing that you could earn a certain amount of money, and then you get to the stage where you're earning that money and you're like, wait, when I was wishing that I would earn this money, I was hoping that I could do a lot of stuff, and I knew that I would be able to do a lot of stuff as at the time you were wishing for it. But then when you get to the point where you get maybe some years later and you are making that money, then that money is not doing nothing for you. It's a struggle.
There used to be a time where if you crossed that $100,000 mark, people would clap it up for you. You made it. You made it out the mud. Now, salary needed to live comfortably, just shy of $100,000. National average is $93,000 to live comfortably. Do y'all not see how hard it is economically to survive? Give yourself a pat on the back, because we're all just trying to figure it the fuck out. People try to get at other people's heads like, how come you don't have kids at your age? This, that, the third. First off, I'm selfish with my time. But 2 working adults and 2 children, almost $250,000 a year? And some people have the nerve to still be on the internet talking about they don't want to go 50-50. Let me quit playing. These are the average salaries for most of the cities that y'all love to be in. California, Jersey. Look at California, though. Who is making that money in Cali on average? Times are tough. And this is painful to look at. All I'm going to say is please give yourself a little bit of grace. These are very hard economically troubled times, okay? If you're making ends meet, congratulations. If you have a couple extra dollars after your paycheck, congratulations. It's hard out here. Give yourself some grace. We're all struggling, okay? America as a whole. It's rough out here.
$100,000 a year. There's certain people that make $100,000 a year, and I was watching a video where a guy said he was making $100,000 a year, and he's by the end, everything's said and done, he has nothing to show for it. He's kind of in the hole with certain things, right? And today's day and age, we're in 2024. You cannot survive off $100,000 a year, because $100,000 a year, that's not net. That's gross. After the taxes and everything, what you need to survive on a monthly basis, it's not enough. And the problem is, we all see these videos about people coming on. Like for instance, today I seen a dude, an Amazon driver, and those little trucks, those little SUV, Sprinter vans delivering packages. Dude's making, he says $18 some change. He's from Atlanta, Georgia, right? And he's single. He's barely making it, living on his own by himself with the apartment and the expenses. And he was saying, can you imagine if I had a wife and kids? And that's what's happening. You know what I don't understand? People that are in office, I feel like they're not from this world. They don't really know what the average person is going through. The inflation is through the roof. Everything's expensive. Like when we come back to the word 100,000 a year, certain people, when they hear that number, they go, man, that's great money. No, it's not great money. We're in 2024. That's not enough to survive. If you're not making at least 200,000 a year or 185, and when I say that number, if you really break it down and you have a family, that's even not enough. It's crazy. But again, I feel like the people that are in office, they're not with civilization, with us here, man. I think we were saying that if he was to go and ask for a little bit of boost from help from the government, the assistance stuff, they're gonna tell him you make too much money. You make too much. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So if you're not struggling in life, you're blessed. Thank God, always and forever, no matter, regardless what your situation is. But I can tell you, it's not enough. 100,000 is not enough.
That's what's so pathetic about this economy. The fact that 50K isn't really a living wage anymore, and that's still considered well above the poverty line if you want housing assistance, if you want food stamps. And this is exactly why the middle class doesn't exist. People like me and my husband are living in a van even though we make above minimum wage, and in theory, this should be a comfortable amount of money. But because of the cost of living, our money is not able to afford us regular normal things like, I don't know, a house to fucking sleep in. But If we try and get government assistance, nope, you make too much money. You're not in poverty. Well, according to the price of eggs, I am.
It's kind of sad to see that the only situation we're getting into is just more worse and horrible situations for all of us. Like, I just wish things could just be better like each year, but instead it's just worse. It depends on the city you're making that six figures in. There are some states that you'll be making that six figures and you are nothing. You are broke, literally broke. Can you imagine a person making 100K and they're still broke? Like, damn. And then not a lot of people are making that money still. It's just some people that are making it and not a lot.
Once upon a time, that was considered good money. But like, even then, like, you were able to qualify for a mortgage. Now it's like getting a rental is like getting a mortgage, and you can't control that because you can't force a landlord to accept your offer. And like, I've been dealing with that a lot because I've been representing landlords, I've been representing tenants, and my landlord clients are like, but they only bring home like $7,000 after tax. And I'm like, yeah, like, I don't get it. Like, do you think people bring in $20,000 a month after tax, like, alone? Like, no, it doesn't work like that. And they've trained people to think that if they make less, they're going to be bad tenants. And it's such a problem because what are people going to do? This is what I'm saying. Distractions. They're distracting us with so many different things. Like, this is why Trudeau's been in power for so long, because he'll make comments, he'll bring immigrants here and give them promises, and then they vote for him because he gives them empty promises. And it's like a domino effect. He always has a new plan for, like, such a stupid guy. He's smart. Like, he knows how to get people to side with him. And it just doesn't make sense to me because everywhere I see people complain about how things are, but nothing is being done about it.
When I was growing up, $100,000 a year seemed like this amazing goal to achieve, but now I would say $200,000 if you live in New York City. And that's if you want to be able to live on your own and not with 2, 3, 4, 5 roommates, be able to save money, and let's say be 30 minutes within Midtown. And if you aim to be the sole provider of your household, the closer you can get to $300,000 a year, the better. And I know that sounds like some big numbers, and yes, there are caveats, so take this all with a grain of salt.
Is getting a 3% raise reason enough to quit your job? I know you worked your ass off this year, and let me guess, your boss was kind enough to reward you with a raise that won't even cover inflation. Monster's career experts suggest that if you're facing any of these situations, it's time to start looking. The first is that you're being paid less than your peers that work at other employers. If you're not sure about market rates, use a tool like Monster's salary tool to do your research. The second is that you haven't had a raise in over 18 months, and you definitely don't want to wait longer than 2 years. To bring this up with your boss, you can ask, based on my performance from the past year, what does my raise potentially look like going into salary review this year? They might have an answer, they might not. If your company is facing low earnings, slow growth, or hiring freezes, there may not be a raise in your future. The third is that you don't see a promotion happening in the next 12 months. A jump in title should always come with a raise that'll keep you on pace, but at minimum, you'll be able to command a higher salary when you move because of that higher title. If any of these is true and you're ready to start looking for a new job, a tool like Monster is really great to start finding open job opportunities. You can see salaries up front, and when you build a profile, they'll give you a free resume review right away.
Many of us have had times in our life where we've thought, oh, maybe if I get to this certain point in life, if I'm making this kind of money, I am definitely going to be so happy. I'm definitely going to be living a lavish lifestyle. But because of inflation and how cost of living has increased and everything has become more expensive, things have actually changed. Then you've gotten to that stage where you're making that money that you wished for or dreamed for. But at the end of the day, nothing has changed in your life. You're still pretty much the same. You're not maybe the same, you're struggling instead of actually living that life of your dream that you thought you would be. So it's watching how the value of money drops right before our eyes.
Alrighty, so if it's just me, tell me it's just me. But I have to ask. I don't even know if this fucking video is gonna get literally anywhere. And if it does, cool. If it doesn't, also cool. But does it just feel so fucking weird? Like everything feels so fucking weird. Like you go to work every day, you pay your bills, but it just doesn't feel right. Like the vibe, like literal vibe of the world, like just kind of feels off. Like, why are we going to work? Why are we paying our bills? Like, why are we paying taxes? Because it just seems so, like, fucking pointless at this point. Like, where we are is like a fucking, like, humanity and, like, the US. Like, it just feels so fucking pointless. And it's been just dawning on me, you know? Like, what are we doing paying all this shit and paying these taxes, but then, like, they're just doing whatever the fuck they want with our money, and our voices aren't heard, and we can't afford a fucking house. We can't afford a house. Our voices aren't heard. They're sending money everywhere but to where it needs to go, which is, like, our own fucking country. And I don't know, like, our roads and our infrastructure and our fucking bridges, they're getting taken down. It just, everything feels so fucking weird. Does it not, or is it just me? Because it just feels fucking weird. Me and my buddy were talking about it at work, and I want to know, does the world just feel really, really fucking weird right now? Like, why are we doing what we're doing? Why are we doing this? What's the end goal of what we're doing right now? Because it just keeps getting harder to do the fucking thing that we all have to do every day, which is work. It's harder to go to work when you know that the goal that you want a house, well, it's getting further away, it's getting more fucking unaffordable, it's getting more impossible. You want a car rates are fucking more impossible. Insurance rates, more impossible. Groceries, everything's more expensive, but we're not getting paid more. They're getting paid more, but we're not getting paid more. It's like the left arm goes to the homeless and the poor, housing the migrants. The right arm goes to fucking the rich. And then you're stuck in the middle, and you're just getting fucking tugged left, right, left, right, left, right. Yeah, what happens when you just rip us in half? Just rip me in fucking half at this point. Because I don't want to play this game anymore. Let me know if that's how you feel, because that's how I feel. This shit's wild. Like, I don't know what we're doing anymore. My neighbor's just fucking walking her dog. She's gonna be like, oh, look, Nick's having a fucking breakdown. Hi, Don.
I strongly advise the men and women who are in kindergarten right now to start saving, okay? If you ever want to make something of yourself, if you want to move out of your parents' house, whatever it is, you got to start saving now instead of watching SpongeBob or Bluey or whatever the fuck kids watch today.
Life is lifing. I came back from vacation and my life fell apart. I actually have no idea what's going on around me. I just left the housing authority. The wait list for Section 8 has been closed since 2015. It's 2024 and we have no idea when it will be open again. I can't afford to live, like, and honestly, it's moments like this where I'm like, why are we fucking doing this? Why are we doing this in the first place? Oh my God, don't cry. I have a 2-year-old. I'm so frustrated. None of my plans are working. Sorry about that. I'm applying to jobs and I'm either overqualified or they went with another candidate. This is the handle to my car door. I'm getting into my car. Spark plugs, new brakes for all 4 and new front rotors. I'm bleeding out. People want to tip their door dashers literally 50 cents. I have to find my daughter a new daycare because her daycare is 40 minutes away from my home with no job to go to. You can just imagine what that's doing to my gas tank and my bank account. It's not funny. I am laughing to keep from crying. I don't have it in me.
You just find yourself spending so much, like a lot of money, and at the end of the day what you even purchase or what that money purchased for you is something that is so little, and you're like, how on earth does this cost this much? But yeah, so that's just what is going on, and the money just seems to have no value at all. It doesn't have much value, it doesn't go far for you. So the whole money that we actually call so huge, and a lot of amount where people make 100K, they make 6 figures, we're like, oh, that's a lot of money. But still, when you see what those people purchase, is not really doing what we thought it will do back in the days, what our imagination was for having such money. And it's not doing that right now because everything is just so high. People's pay does not increase. It's not increasing a lot at all for people. There's just a strong pay stagnation and cost of living that is so high. so the pay is not even matching it. It's not matching what is going on right now. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please make sure you click the like button. It really helps with the algorithm. I appreciate that so much. And subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you love my content, you're watching me for the first time. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section. I really appreciate that so much. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.